Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I have a Suikoden 2 trivia question for you.
Excellent. I love trivia. You can hear more trivia on patreon.com/retroam.
Okay, you have to get, there's one game that Ryo, son of Kinkaku, appears in with a cameo appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to guess that video game.
My immediate guess is one of the Project X Zone things, but I think that's Sega and Namco, not Sega and Konami. Am I capable of guessing this? Is it some like gotcha thing for some fucking Plinko?
It's guessable, and I'll give you one hint that will help you. It is a Hudson Soft brand.
You seen a Bomberman?
Yes.
Well, you should have asked, is it like Bomberman Fantasy Race or Bomberman Wars or Bomberman 64?
No.
What's he in?
Super Bomberman R Online, which I think is a recent
Yeah,
joint.
that was like a Switch launch game,
Yeah,
right?
he's like a Bomberman is in the game.
Bomberman.
He's got the little, what do they have? Antenna thing on top of him. But
the
he still
Bomberman
has
antenna.
Yes. Is that what they are?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
Bombermans are weird. Anyway, I thought that was cute when I saw it earlier. When
Bombermans are weird.
Out there on the wikis. You want to hear some Bomberman-ass music?
Yeah, hey, fuck Mark. Put some Bomberman music in to introduce this.
All right. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese role-playing games chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4. Suikoden 2. Eric, it's episode 50 of the season. Can you believe that shit?
Is it going to count if we go past Xenogears at 55, or since it's a divided season, are we playing with numbers differently?
What do you mean? For like
will
the
this be our longest
for the
season?
for the
Yes.
record books?
Right.
Yes. I mean, it's still it's tagged. The metadata says Season 4.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I listened to that.
yeah. My name's Chris. That's Eric. Hey, Eric.
Yes.
Hey, nice to see you again. We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can do this at patreon.com/retroam. Thank you, patrons, for your support.
Also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who avoided Vanessa Z. Schneider's assault in PN03.
Initializing fake net.
In that game, I was known as the Computerized Armament Management System, or CAMS.
Wow, has the Fake Net been playing some PNO3 lately?
I've been playing some PN03 lately, and that's how I found the Fake Net was in it, Chris.
Oh, okay.
That
Cool.
game sucks.
Oh, well. Was that the big Capcom 4 GameCube
Capcom
things?
5.
5, excuse me.
Shinji Mikami's entry, which is a stylish dancing shooter. Excellent hip gyration technology in that game.
Yeah.
Not so fun to play. Shinji Mikami's worst game, in my opinion.
Wrath of the Phoenix or whatever ever come out? That game
Phoenix was the one that didn't come out. Let's end the Capcom 5. Let's do it, Chris. You got Phoenix, you got Beautiful Joe, you got PNO3, you got Resident Evil 4, you got...
Was it Resident Evil 4 or was it Resident Evil 0?
It's 4.
Oh, wow. Huh.
It's like a GameCube exclusive.
God, I forgot about that. Wow. Cool.
Well, Fake Net, what was the fifth one?
Initializing fake net.
The fifth and final game was Killer 7, and Phoenix was actually called Dead Phoenix.
Oh, right. Yes. Thank you.
Didn't know that. Maybe I did.
You talk about Suikoden?
Yeah, let's talk about Suikoden, Eric. We left off last time by finishing up our exploits with Kiba and Klaus.
We explored the castle a little bit.
Yes, a little bit, and had a little high-yo battle, and things are
Suicidal
happening.
chefs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think where we left off, we were kind of just, wandering around the castle, seeing what's going to happen, and we finally head towards the front of the castle, and there is a NPC girl that seems to be passing through these lands here.
Portraitless, lady in green. She wanders up and says, "Damn it, where did that jerk go? His legs must be as quick as his hands."
Jerk! Is she talking about a sex pest?
I was like, did somebody steal something or did someone grope somebody else?
Yes, I think she's talking about a sex pest because she darts off and then we see a dude emerge from the bushes and known sex pest, Sheena, appears from the...
Nearby tree?
Is it bush, tree, something like that? Yeah.
Whatever.
He says, "Yikes, that was close. Until things blow over, I think I'll go hide out with Victor and the others."
Okay, so has Victor been letting Sheena stay here? Because there's some familiarity established. Like, he's already been here. He knows Victor and the others are here. Has Sheena been knocking him back in the bar?
I think that Sheena just knows that Victor is here because he's been traveling these lands to spend his father's money.
Right.
So he's heard that Victor is out here and he's heading in this direction to
Next question. He said until things blow over, there's a plural to things. Has he been violating multiple butts?
Yes. I think he's a groper. Yeah.
Serial ass toucher.
Yes.
Right.
He's done enough things to where he gets drinks poured on him in bars. Like, that's what his MO is, I think.
And this is a guy we need in our team.
Well, no, we need his connections, actually.
Okay, great. So we're just using him. Great.
Yeah.
That's actually, if we're exploiting him, that's even better.
Yes.
Actually.
We do need to exploit him for his connections. So we have to go back to the Great Hall, but I did stop
the
and
square, please.
The square, excuse me, sorry. I had to go make one quick check-in on my way back there.
Yeah.
I had to talk to Talkie again, because I haven't checked in with Grandma. The Grandma.
Oh, right. Yes, Grandma.
Yeah. She's got something new to say. She says, "Hello, Sonny. Did you know water boils faster on top of a high mountain?"
Is that true?
I don't know. Like, would it be true? Because it would be colder up there, but also
There's
maybe
less oxygen.
Don't you need?
We have a solution for this that you're not.
I know. I wanted to see if we could intuit it. Like,
well, how would either of us know that, Chris? Do we live in Denver?
No, but we know about, like, you know. What
do you know about
chemistry?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have the same chemistry teacher. We're in the same fucking spot right now, aren't we? I don't know shit.
It's true. All right, fake net.
Initializing fake net.
As altitude increases and atmospheric pressure decreases, the boiling point of water decreases. To compensate for the lower boiling point of water, the cooking time must be increased. Turning up the heat will not help cook food faster.
Told you.
Wow. Well, anything else before we check in the Great Hall?
No, that's all.
The square. Everyone is gathered here. The usuals plus Chaco, Ridley, and old Freed Y. Shu tells Rio that they've been looking for him. Victor says that since Lord Rio is a young man, he needs time to whack to his heart's content.
Yeah, after all, he is a young man. And what do young men need time for themselves to do if not masturbate, Chris?
He's talking about whacking off, right?
I think so. Wouldn't that be localized away? Like, that's a little bit too wink and nod, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was like, so he can, mingle with the ladies or something is what he was getting at. But
I think it's further sold because Shu stares down Victor, who then emotes a tear, then returns to facing Rio.
Yeah, that's what actually made me think it was a whacking off joke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a whacking off joke.
Okay, well.
And I would love to know the original Japanese text.
Is Whack to Your Heart's Content playing right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It is.
Good.
Hopefully.
All right. Cool. Shu tells Lord Rio to remember to think of his responsibility while he's whacking.
Yes.
He tells Rio that he must take every precaution to ensure his safety. The army would collapse without his leadership.
No safety parties allowed.
Yes. Rio does not tell Shu that he just traveled alone to try and fail to recruit a squirrel.
Right.
Because I had just tried to do that and did not come back with any squirrels. So we'll see later.
Tactics plays and Apple starts the briefing.
Mm-hmm.
The Fake Nuts army now commands nearly 25,000 soldiers, which is roughly equal to the size of each Highland Army company. And I'm like, 25,000? That seems right, I guess. Where do they live? Are we to imply they all live in the castle?
No, we have
like tents outside.
Yes, they have like shit houses outside.
Okay,
like
lean-tos,
poorly constructed huts outside of here.
Shit houses is what. Okay,
yeah. I don't know.
The Highland Army has 4 companies, of which is the 1st, 3rd, and 4th are deployed against us. Kiba's 3rd company lost 2/3 of its forces in yesterday's battle, but the remaining companies could easily overwhelm the castle. Chris, is this a math problem? There are fractions, there are numbers, there are companies, they are pointed in directions. Can you solve for victory?
No, we can't solve for victory. Actually, you can, because this is like, if you're just doing the straight math, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But we have Shu, and how many troops did Shu say he was worth? He said 10,000. Maybe
10,000? Okay,
maybe 20.
That's still at a serious disadvantage.
Well, we'll see.
Flick states the obvious. If we are to survive their attack, it is imperative that we bolster our own forces.
Yes.
Fisher, is still here and says Tinto is fortifying its borders, but won't reveal its intentions. We've sent a number of messengers, but have received no response.
Messengers. Freed Y is here to drop dots.
Yeah. Victor points out that Green Hill is under Highland control. Matilda hasn't changed its position, and Tinto is ignoring us. I do like how variable this is. It isn't just beat a boss and get their army like last time, which we talked about before.
I haven't quite figured out why we are waiting to go liberate Green Hill.
Because we haven't been to Tinto yet.
But I mean, like, from a practical standpoint, like, we got Teresa out. Now shouldn't we be able to take her back and turn the hearts of the people to our side?
Well, with the Tears of the Stars, it's difficult to negotiate any kind of offensive without gathering up all available resources first.
That's true.
The Tears of the Stars of Destiny, I mean.
Tyr McDowell.
There's no other allies to turn to. This could be the end. And I'm like, fucking Ridley joins the doom and gloom.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. King Luca Blight will order the attack as soon as he gets back to the front line. Apple delivers dots, and out of nowhere, Sheena says, looks like you need to ask my old man for help. Who recognizes the voice?
Apple's like, what the hell?
Jumps, turns around, who the hell? Then Sheena walks forward. Hey, Apple, how have you been? You look more womanly every time I see you.
Ridley's like, who the shit is this dork?
Yeah. Cool guy Sheena responds, well, let's just say I'm an old friend, in quotes, of Apple's. Apple jumps and tosses out a how dare you presume to say such a thing. Chris, is there also innuendo here? How handsy and shitty has Sheena gotten with Apple?
Well, I don't know, but I do know that later in the game, when Sheena is part of of our army, spoilers, when Apple is not in her room, sometimes Sheena will be in there.
Oh, man.
So I noted that later, but let's go ahead and call that out now since we're talking about the Sheena-Apple relationship.
Oh, man.
I think there's some more stuff in the investigations later that we'll get to.
Yeah, this seems toxic.
Yeah.
Sheena laughs, then goes level 2 creep mode as he says, ha ha ha, still playing hard to get, Apple? Ridley says, let's get to business. We're in the middle of an important meeting and you can reminisce later. Fuck off.
Yeah, this is an important meeting between humans and dogs.
That's right. Dogman. Ridley then physically drags Sheena out and he tosses out some my fathers on the way.
Yes.
After Apple asks Ridley to wait, he counters, this is serious business. We hardly need the help of some trespassing punks, old man.
Yeah, but Sheena...
I love when Ridley gets hard.
Yeah. Sheena hits us with a zinger. He says, my dad's the president of the Toran Republic. Ridley can't believe this shit, but Apple confirms this is true. Eric.
I wrote the exact same sentence.
Eric?
Yes.
Lebrante is the president.
Yes.
There are many things, by the way, that I wanted to remain unspoiled for you as we progress through this game. Mm-hmm. One of them was obviously the Jowie betrayal and a couple of other things that we'll talk about later. But another one high on the chart was I wanted you to have a natural response to learning that Lebrante was the president of the Toran Republic.
Wasn't that like kind of the direction it was heading when the last game faded with those epilogues?
I don't think that it said that he was going to be the president because Tyr had just left. You know what I mean? So, but he was there to administer. FakeNet, what was Lebrante's epilogue?
Initializing FakeNet.
It said Lepant returned to Koan with his family and lived in peace. Total bullshit.
Okay, so with that in mind, when Lebrante kind of freaked out and ripped off his shirt and exposed his He-Man action figure chest, which is definitely real, and he went into that cabin and just brutally murdered everybody standing in his way, and now he's president, was that his George W. Bush does cocaine moment?
I think his George W. Bush does cocaine moment was when he had a bunch of automatons guard his sword.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Yeah, or maybe that's his Texas Rangers moment.
I'm just saying, like, Lebrante's the best we left behind.
I mean, who else is qualified to be the president? I mean, Cleo probably.
Cleo.
I don't know if Cleo has ambitions to be the president, but maybe Cleo. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't put any of those, 6 generals.
Rossman,
yeah, none of those guys. So, Curl Mimi, who knows? Anyway, Ridley sweats, and Sheena drops some musical notes above his head. Sheena makes his way to the middle of our friendship circle and says, see, I told you. Hey, Flick, Victor, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Chaco's like, what's the Toran Republic?
Well, the new Suikoden 2 player.
Yes, Ridley explains that this is a new country south of the city-state, established after the state's perpetual enemy, the Scarlet Moon Empire, was overthrown and Emperor Barbarossa was killed.
What's interesting is Flick is in the room, and he was there with me on that. Like, he helped throw Barbarossa off the roof or whatever, right? Or was that...
Yeah, Flick was a mandatory party member at the end of the game, yeah.
So it's just, I just like, shouldn't he, whatever, okay.
Yeah, why is Ridley doing the lore here?
Yeah, I think someone, an eyewitness, first-hand account would be better served here, but I guess maybe it's more of a legend if like Ridley somehow knows it, and he lives in Dogmanville, like really far away.
Yeah, and he's the only one that can properly communicate with Chaco.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, their first president is a man named Lebrante, although I heard it was Tyr. Did you get Tigdal here?
Yeah, and then sometimes in my notes I corrected it and sometimes I didn't, so I apologize for the inconsistency.
No, it's always going to be Tigdal in your game, sorry. The hero who vanquished Barbarossa, who was expected to take the throne of the Republic. The Republic has a throne.
Yes.
Eric.
It's the old throne.
Okay. Just sit there, the chair.
Biden has a chair that you call throne.
The Oval Office.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Shu thinks that allying with the Toran Republic is certainly not a bad idea.
Like, I don't know why they haven't brought this up before other than that they have had an in until now. Like, I know it's a separate country and everything, but it's like your neighbors.
Well, I think that we can answer that now because Freed is sweating his ass off right now because he says that even
he
though...
shits all over it.
He says even though the Scarlet Moon Empire has changed its name, it is still an enemy of the state. How can you think of cooperating with such a vile nation? Now, remember, we talked about this a little bit last time, but like the Kaleka incident was performed by Leon Silverberg to bait the city-states of Joustin back into a war with the Scarlet Moon Empire. So
we didn't know which city-state army came to do that.
Right.
We will shortly.
Yes. they've been fighting for years. So it's...
Wait, that wasn't just a one-off battle? I thought it was like the distractionary measure when Joust and City State came at the end of the last game. I thought that was like a one-time skirmish.
No, I'm talking about before the Liberation War.
Oh, okay.
That was when there was a war between Joustin and the Scarlet Moon Empire, and people were becoming war weary, and it was becoming unpopular at the time. So they orchestrated that false flag operation to destroy Kaleka, but they did it with their own troops, but they blamed it on Joustin so that people would be rallied up for the war again.
Cool.
So, thanks, Leon.
Annoying bird. I am the great Leon.
Sheena counters to something intelligent. That's why the Scarlet Moon Empire was destroyed and the Toran Republic was created.
Mm-hmm.
She supports this. Quote, it's a totally different country now, the same way that our Fake Nuts army is independent of the City-State army. There's no reason not to form an alliance. What do you think, Lord Rio? We get a choice. Let's consider other options, or let's form an alliance.
I definitely want to form an alliance with the good guys from the first game, right?
We've also established there are no other options.
Yes.
Sheena thinks it's a great idea, but he wonders how we're going to get there. We can't cross the Badlands to the south of here. It just can't be done. Victor responds, is that right? I crossed them 3 times.
Oh.
Chris, what's a Badland?
It's like a fucking mountainous, hot desert
So
area.
it's not like the grasslands where there's people of it and it's like a kind of a rogue state. It is shitty terrain. It literally bad land.
That's my guess.
I don't know. You've played like there's like Suikoden 3 nods happening here sometimes. So I don't know if like Suikoden 4 takes place in the Badland Sea.
No.
Flick says he's almost killed in the process, completing Victor's joke. Shu and I am convinced no one here has consulted Templeton about basic geography, asks Freed why for his opinion.
Yes.
Can't imagine why Freed why else is here right now, so he says, I suppose you can get to the Toran Republic from Radat, the town just east of South Window. Chris, that's 2 directions right there. We only got 2 more to go.
Yes.
Sheena thinks it's settled, but Freed Y says, sorry.
I can't do it.
Thank you, Snake. Shu counters with, oh, I get over it. You can't live in the past forever. Without their help, South Window itself could be destroyed. And my next question, which Chris kind of already answered, is Freed Y going to be the guy that remembered those Joustin troops that we played last time?
Yes, he's going to, yes. But I think Freed Y is more specifically remembering when the Scarlet Moon Empire was trying to invade, and vice versa.
Freed Y shapes up. I understand, Lord Rio. I will accompany you as a guide. Let's head to Radat. Sheena joins too. Things will go smoother this way. And I'm like, all right, Freed, put aside your personal differences for a diplomatic process.
Yes.
That's nice. Shu tells me we are in desperate need of allies, that I must forge this alliance with the Toran Republic, and now we have control.
Yeah, I spoke with some folks around here, and Victor says we can trust the president, Lebrante. Flick personally guarantees that we can trust the Republic.
Fitcher tells me it's like riding on a big boat, and he's looking forward to it. I'm like, who says you're coming?
Yeah, Fitcher's not even going.
What are you doing? Ridley still can't believe this shit. I head up one room, and Freed Y parties out. He wants a favor. He wants to stop at South Window before we go to Radat. Quote, I know it's selfish of me, but I must see it once more before we depart.
We need some more moments with Freed, I guess.
Make your party. Who'd you take?
Well, I stopped by the tavern to do that, and I put Sheena in my active party, not the convoy. Did you notice what his weapon is?
Daggers?
We'll see this later, but his weapon is the Korinji. He's got his dad's sword.
Okay. No, I didn't notice that.
Also, something I didn't notice, but I picked up in the wiki later, he's wearing star earrings as one of his accessories, and also he has an earth rune, which is what his mother, Eileen, had in the first game. So
nice, yeah.
He's
That's cute.
Yeah, he's rocking his parents' video game mechanics. Party is, I added Clive because we have some more Clive business coming up here pretty soon.
Some Clivens.
I brought Humphrey because he's tight, and I brought Yoshino for some husband-wife action.
Nice.
What about you?
They have a good team up. Flick, Hex, Tengar, Nanami.
Oh, you love your Tengar.
I do.
And you're bringing Hicks along too.
Well, Tengar, helped me vanquish Barbarossa.
Yes.
So I figured she should come back as a heralded hero, of course.
Yeah, good point.
I'm sure the game will recognize that.
Here in the tavern, there's some folks hanging out here, and Flick's here having a mug. Haven't seen Flick have any mugs in a while. He's lost in deep thought, saying he was thinking of someone else. So, you know who that is.
I hope it's not Nina. I really hope
No, who does Flick always think about?
Odessa,
Yes.
but I think Nina's trying to be the new Odessa.
Oh. Ricky Morrow's drunk. Rena's also in here drinking. I've never seen her in here drinking before. She tells me to be nicer to her sister. The poor little thing is so shy. And that's weird because she hangs out in my room all the time. So I don't really perceive her as being shy. Did you do the thing now where you left the castle and came back in?
Yes.
Okay. You want to do that now?
The castle now is a 5th floor.
Yes, it's level 3 castle. We have to exit the castle and come back in because we've added some recruits since the last time we've done this.
There's a small dining room and a bedroom up on the 5th floor. There's a little girl in the room outside of it. She tells me she can't go in my room because it's my room.
Yeah.
There's also a spiral staircase up here. Who installed that? Do we have spiral staircase technology?
We do now. It's cool. We'll go up there later for something else.
Multiple roofs. Shin and Teresa now have their own room. Shin doesn't say shit to me. Ridley's next to them. He says some wild shit. Did you get what Ridley said?
No.
Hello there, my lord. Thank you for stopping by. Would you like some tea?
Oh,
That's wild to me, Chris. A dogman offering me tea.
You know who also? Oh, no, that was wine, actually. Sanchez used to always offer us wine.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wino.
Well, anything else?
Apple is in Ridley's old room. We got a stage next to the dining table.
There was like a fucked up room full of like boxes and papers and stuff before, but now it's been completely filled out with it.
Does that stage used for anything?
Yes.
Okay. Is it related to the chef minigame, or is it?
No, it's related to a character we don't have yet, and also some fucking wild shit that can happen randomly. And I have my notes.
Like sometimes when you go by.
Yeah.
I just think the castle is a really cool idea. And as much stock as I put in stuff like the Yggdrasil or the Highwind in Final Fantasy VII, it's like it doesn't move, but it is like a home base that I get to have that has like variable different things in it that it encourages and incentivizes repeated trips through different parts.
Yeah, because in the first game, the characters very rarely moved around unless there was a castle upgrade. Now they may pop into different rooms or be hanging out at the bar.
It makes it feel like a living place as opposed to just a static.
I mean, one time I saw, you know how like when you go out to the farm and you go to the top and you can kind of see that parallax scrolling background? One time I just saw Wakaba out there talking about the breeze.
Jesus.
Yeah, so like just there's all different kinds of surprises that you can find every now and then. Anything else you got?
I play the damn rope climbing minigame because the guide we're using suggested it to get some celadon urns.
Yeah, I already had 2.
2, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I needed to get, I think I got 4.
Yeah, 4 works, but...
One for trading purposes, another for wealth purposes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Gadget's up here rolling around telling Rio not to get it wet.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the random things that can happen during the laundry situation. Yeah.
Honestly, the rope minigame, not too bad. It feels like as long as you are somewhat cautious, it errs in your favor.
Yeah, there's an element of strategy, but it's like kind of a pressure luck type of game.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But kind of like what's the piss game?
Chincharon?
Sure. Yeah, kind of like how that just always fell your way in the first game.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yoshino says, it's funny, but I do love laundry. It makes me feel good to make something dirty clean again. And I'm like, hell yeah, keep talking. Tell me about how you like to make something dirty clean again.
There is a whole ass dojo here now.
Oh,
Have you seen
dojo.
that? Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's all the way in the western side of the castle. There will sometimes be troops hanging out there. Occasionally there will be some soldiers there training them, or some of like Stars of Destiny there training them. In my case, I had Miklatov was there, and he says these soldiers make up for encourage what they lack in training.
Pounding out some high lifes.
He's saying these guys are fucks. Did you ever talk to the little girl that was staring at Mr. Duck?
No, I don't speak to children.
By the way, once your castle's level 3, there are a lot of goddamn children in the castle now. Like, the children population has doubled. The children are multiplying like feral hogs. It's wild. Well, there was a little girl outside the dojo, I think, kind of near the library. When you would speak with her, she would say, Mr. Duck. And
there's a mallard? Is there a duck?
There's a duck floating in the little pond right there.
Okay.
But now she has a friend, and the duck has a little friend, too. It's wonderful.
Duck friends.
Yeah. Did you find the weird telescope tower?
I think so. Can't you just look over at like a mountain? No, maybe. I don't know.
Well, there's a weird telescope tower that you can walk in. It's just south of the library. And when you go up top, you can look in the telescope, and then you can kind of pan around a bitmap of the castle and look at the different rooms and stuff like that. When I went up here, Sid was up there. He's usually up there. And if you speak with him, he won't say anything to you at first. He'll drop a bunch of dots, then he'll start going, hee, 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 hee. And it scares Rio, and he gets an exclamation point.
Oh, that's Sid, right? Yeah,
Sid.
Flying up there, sitting around.
Yeah,
I get it.
Futch was up there when I went up there too.
He's also got wing access.
Yeah, he says he used to be a Dragon Knight, and that he's flown places way, way higher than here.
Where the hell is Futch normally?
I've also found him in a room in the barracks.
Okay.
So talking about how he misses Black or something like that.
There is a guide on GameFAQs that generally, it tells you, it's like a castle FAQ, and where people are in the castle is listed in their information, which is very helpful.
Oh, cool.
When you need to go, I don't know, set window tiles or something.
Yeah, cool. We've got a marble bath now, I think. I think that's it.
What is a boulder set? It tells me to use it in the bath, but I never take it out of my storeroom.
A boulder set?
Yeah.
If you also pick up the chick, give the chick. If you equip the chick, there'll be a little.
Yeah, man, I'm picking up chicks.
If you pick up the little chick and put it in your inventory, a character's inventory, there will be a little chicken. I mean, a baby chicken sitting on a.
This is not a chick that I give to the zoo. I keep it on my personal stuff.
Yeah.
Unregulated chicks.
Yes.
South window music. Nahala Yamkung plays.
Yeah, they have new armor here, by the way.
They have new NPCs too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
An old man tells me, "Welcome to South Window, Lord Hero."
Oh, okay. He changed it to Lord Hero.
Lord Hero.
He used to just say welcome.
Lady says, "You beat General Kiba. You really are a super boy."
Superboy. Wow.
A man prays for my victory. And a lady NPC says, oh boy, I tell you, one of those Highland punks asked me if I was really a woman, so I kicked his butt for him.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Woman confirmed, Chris.
Yes.
That's all before I had did you get some armor?
Yeah, I just upgraded my armor. Like I think you can get dragon armor now? Or no, maybe not.
Maybe you can.
You can get some good, you can upgrade your armor here.
So we head up the steps to City Hall. Music, Reminisce, ensemble version plays. Friedwei parties out and talks to me.
Yeah.
After he agreed to surrender, that's when they took Lord Granmeyer's head and mounted it to the front of City Hall. He was a gentleman. 3 years ago, when he retreated from a border skirmish with the Toran Republic, all of Tinto called him a coward.
Who are these fuckers in Tinto anyway? We haven't heard anything good about them yet.
Surrendering to Highland was a mistake. Because he said border skirmish 3 years ago, that's what made me think it was the Leon Silverberg gamble.
Ew, okay, yeah.
Specifically. So Granmeyer, I thought, was the one that was duped into that shit in the last game.
That might be it. Yeah, you might be referring to that correctly.
Because
yeah.
the Kalika incident, honestly, I have no idea what that is. Did we learn about that last time?
Yeah,
I just forgot about it.
I think I've told you about it
5 or 6 times.
Once last time, and maybe twice on this podcast.
Excellent, good, great.
Yeah,
thank God we have notes.
Kalika, false flag. Leon lives
Calico, keyboard player in my castle.
All right, well, I'm gonna,
Casio.
Okay.
If we lived in a peaceful world, he would have been seen as a wise ruler. But gentleness has becoming a sin in this world.
Gentleness has becoming a sin.
Yes, and I was like, sir, do you want to try to say that again?
Thank you, sir.
Fried turns around to face Rio, but despite that, I'm proud of Lord Granmeyer, and I will do everything in my power to save the city of South Window. To get to the Toran Republic, we need to take a boat from Radat and cross the mountain road from the small tower downriver.
Cool.
So, downriver, one word. New word. Downriver is one word. Did you know that?
Yeah, I'm not...
Suikoden 2, the fucked localized game, taught me a new word. So I just like that he wanted to go there and say his piece before he agreed to tell us we can get there by a boat.
Yeah. We're getting like a little round 2 of Friedwei character development. Like we don't get many round 2s in this game.
Yeah,
but,
his wife respects him. They live together.
Yeah.
Whatever.
His mayor was his father figure.
Best friend.
Want to go to Radat Town now?
Roosevelt, yes.
Okay, Hersai plays, right?
Yep.
There's a couple more things of dialogue here that's different now. The man at the entrance is telling me how he watched my battle.
Yeah, he congratulates me for doing it and says he watched from afar.
Also, I bought a pig from a kid.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Slaughter it there and have some bacon, or what are you doing?
I'm going to go give it to Yuzu so she can...
breed it with the squirrels?
Whatever. Yes. Clive incident number 6. You ready for it?
Tell me all about Clive incident number 6.
I went into the inn. Clive parties out and says, hey, master. This dude turns around. Just random NPC dude.
Some guy.
Clive asks about Elsa, a tall woman with blonde hair. The dude's like, Clive forcefully says,
forces his way.
Do you know her? The guy grumbles some more and the camera pans over to the left. This time, Eric, it's actually Elsa. She's fucking here.
Not a hologram or something?
No, not a
look-alike
person with her cloak on or whatever. Suspicion plays as we get down to it. Elsa says, so, boy, you finally came. But I was thinking about going to another city soon. Clive steps forward. It's you. Finally. Now I'll bring this to an end. Elsa notes that if they do this here, they'll hit the customers because they're going to shooty, bang, bang guns.
Why would they care about that?
Yes, she says the guild won't like their reputation being damaged like that, you know. Every person in the bar gets an exclamation point over their head and runs off like when a fight breaks out at the club or something. I don't know.
That stage in Tekken 4.
Yes. None of these people know what a gun is either, so it doesn't quite work for me from a plot perspective. Clive continues, listen up, you criminal. For the murder of my fellow gunner and guild member, Kelly, not Kylie from later in the game, Kelly, in the name of my gun, Storm, I sentence you to death. Elsa says, hey, Clive, we used to be more than friends. Couldn't you just let me go?
A lot of groping and banging in this one.
Clive says, don't say it. Murdering a guild gunner, stealing a gun and fleeing, according to Harmonia law, both crimes are punishable by death. Clive's a cop, Eric.
Yeah, I guess with their coveted gun technology, they don't want it getting out into the wild, right?
That's probably the case here, because Harmonia is a weird country, which we'll talk more about later in the game, but Clive is definitely like an Interpol agent of Harmonia, something like that, you know, some sort of international cop. Elsa says, Tisk, laws mean nothing. Do you really believe in anything besides the weight of your guns? At this point, I'm like, I think I'm on Elsa's side now.
Yeah, get Clive off my team. Do it a prisoner exchange.
Yeah, let's just swap them. Clive says, maybe I can believe again. Once I kill you, that is. Elsa drops some dots, but then says, fine then, let's go. A duel between gunners. By the way, every time we say gunner here, it's capital G gunners.
Good.
So it's just, Clive, with perceived ownage, says wrong. You're not a gunner. You're a criminal. They both draw, and Elsa fucking shoots Clive all over his body.
Oh no!
There's a lot of good sprite animation here. Like he's
define shoot all over his body, like fills him with multiple holes.
Yes, he's getting shot in his arms and his legs specifically.
Okay, that seems like it would render his battlefield effectiveness kind of lower. Than
Yes. He stands there, quivering. His guns, both their guns are still kind of pointing at each other, but Clive is like got that 3 frames of animation.
Did he hit her at all?
No, he fucking missed. He says, "Storm, why?" Then he falls over with another unique animation.
What a fucking poser.
His hood even falls off, exposing his boyish yellow hair.
Oh my, how embarrassing.
Yes. Elsa says, "See you later, handsome."
But she didn't kill him. She lets him alive. Is it like, in Clive's job, is it worse to be embarrassed than murdered?
I think probably. She puts her gun away. Then it fades out, and we're back at the headquarters.
Oh no.
A bustling town place. We're in Dr. Juan's office. Clive says, "Where am I? Am I alive?" Dr. Juan says, "You're a lucky one, Clive. What do you call them? Bullets? They only hit you in the shoulder and leg, and it nearly killed you." Clive drops dots and says, "In night class, Gunner missed? That can't be." So yeah, she didn't kill him on purpose. Then he gets back in the party like nothing happened.
I would think that gun bullet damage to the shoulder is going to affect his ability to wield a pistol effectively, but I don't know about Suikoden 2 surgery.
Yeah, Dr. Juan,
technology.
he's got it going on.
Disinfectant on that, maybe.
By the way, while I was back here at HQ, I noticed that I had not turned in my old book, Volume 2.
Okay, great.
Would you like to read old book, Volume 2?
Yeah. Tell me
Ready?
a story.
Okay. I spent my life chasing the secrets of the Sindar, but here in these ruins, I've reached the end of my strength, and so I write some of what I have learned. The Sindar are a phantom race. They have been known throughout history, and yet their true nature is a mystery. They came,
rhymed, son.
Mm-hmm. They came from the north and traveled south, leaving mysterious ruins behind them. Legends say the leader had a cursed rune inscribed on his forehead. It granted eternal life, but doomed him to a life of wandering. They say a secret treasure lies at the heart of the ruins, but there are many traps. Most seekers only find death, like myself.
So rune in face, is this some Crowley stuff? Didn't he have runes embedded all over his body?
Yeah, but in this game, you may not be aware of this, but in this game, you have multiple rune slots.
Oh, right.
Left hand, right hand, forehead.
Yeah, but with forehead, I figure it as like on a bandana, not embedded into forehead.
Yeah, that could be the case. But no, we'll see.
Next question. What is your favorite phantom race?
My favorite phantom race? That's a good question, Eric.
I mean, I tell you some of mine.
Yeah.
We've got the Gnosis and Xenoblade, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And we've got the Phantoms in Final Fantasy Spirits Within at patreon.com, 2-hour podcast.
Yeah. We've got the Reapers from Mass Effect.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, no,
no, not the Reapers.
They're corporeal, aren't they? I don't...
Yeah, but... kind of.
Yeah.
Shepard.
We'll count them. You want to go to Radat Town back there?
Yeah, some guy, another NPC, saw Yoshino packing up, getting ready to move, and he says she looked really happy.
Oh, good.
And someone heard the Fake Nuts army leader was a giant of a man.
Oh, like William Wallace was 8 feet tall or whatever?
That's right, tall tales. Mm-hmm. Once we get to that bridge, the sound of flowing water replaces the soundtrack. Chris, did you head south?
I did head south.
Simone, a new portrait character, is here as her music theme of narcissism again.
I think Simone is a male.
We'll figure that out later, won't we, Chris?
Yeah.
Plays. Oh God, Chris, another dandy fop.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I looked that up. It's not a slur.
Okay.
Simone has curly styled hair, and his hand is on his chin. I did gender him. In the thinking... Simone...
What?
Au revoir, Simone, Pee Wee Herman... Okay. And his hand is on his chin in the thinking pose. Hey, kid. You want something with me? Well, I'm sorry, kid. I've had nothing but bad luck in life. Bad luck and more bad luck. I lost my rose brooch. Brooch. That my dear friend gave me. He's pointing to the river, or maybe he's emoting like this is Simone's
he is
pose.
gesticulating wildly during this whole conversation.
Can things get any worse? Maybe my friend will forgive me if I tell him how sorry I am. And that's it. We talk to Simone again. The song restarts, and they say, "Oh, my dear friend, I had heard that you were in the area, and I had to see you. If only I had that rose brooch."
Wow.
And I'm like, fucking, there's really another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One NPC by the river says since Highland is gone, they can take their boats down to Banner, which is a hint for what you are supposed to do next.
Yes.
But I talked to that guy at the boat. He recognizes Freed, and Freed tells this dude that we need to win the war. And to do that, we have to go down the river.
Yeah.
In his boat.
Yeah, we don't
Do
even
your part, citizen.
We don't even need a portraited boatman to get us there this time.
So we go to the world map.
Yeah, we're just sailing this goddamn boat.
Yeah, head south down the river.
Yeah, we arrive in Banner Village.
Distant Skies plays.
Yes, also.
I have Distant Skies as Proto Man's music and Mega Man 3-ass whistle.
It's a very whistly song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not quite the same melody, but I see what you're getting at.
Same instrumentation for digitized motherfuckery.
Yes. Freed explains that if we take the mountain path from this town, we will arrive in the Toran Republic.
Tight.
But first we gotta explore this town and talk to some people. It's very small.
What kind of people did you talk to?
I talked to a little girl near the dock who wonders what it's like outside of Banner.
She's never left.
Yep. A lot of talk about fishing. Like everyone talks about fishing, just like they do in fishing towns.
My favorite person, the realist, says, why on earth would someone like you come to such a dismal backwater as this?
Yeah, I like that guy too.
And there's someone named Ko who has no portrait, but there's something unique about him.
Yeah, he's dressed like me.
Yeah, he looks just like Rio. And he's like, I'm General Rio, take that Highland Dogs.
Yeah, his mom made his cosplay.
He notices my outfit and asks if I like General Rio too.
Yeah.
NPC house?
Well, there's also a Pippi Longstocking girl.
Okay.
Outside the inn.
Yeah.
She's got a portrait. Her name's Ellie, not Eiley.
Yeah, I don't really know what her purpose in this video game is.
Me neither. Don't remember.
Great.
I was like, she's not a Star of Destiny.
She got a portrait.
I looked it up.
Usually with these minor fuckers, they have names but no portrait. So
I think we'll figure it out. She says, good day, sir. Please stay at my family's inn. We don't get many guests here in Banner. And before we go in some houses, I spoke with some objects, Eric. Found an alert rune in the barrel. Did you find that?
Yes.
Near the boats. The other barrels are full of oil. Also found a box full of netting, a jar of pickles.
Wow, this really is Chris's video game.
A crate full of vegetables, salt-filled barrel, a box full of vegetables, and, of course, dried fish. Where to first?
Dried fish sounds nightmarish. Nightmarish? Should I just say nightmarish? It's not a word.
I
went to a house and got a seed potato from a lady.
Oh, cool. Oh, from the rare finds?
No, from a lady.
Oh. I got a tomato seedling from the rare finds in the item shop.
You know what I got as the rare finds in the item shop? I got rabbit plans number 3.
Cool.
I got a rose brooch.
Yeah, I didn't get it till later, which made me actually miss Simone until I guess don't have Simone because the fucking shit's blocked off now. I can't get to him. I went to the inn and talked to the people in there.
Yeah, I think they charge a low rate for sleeping all of our guests, don't they?
Yeah, it's just like the Forest Village does the same thing. It's
Nice.
kind of cool. It's like a supply and demand kind of thing. Economics. Person at the table says that all Ko will talk about these days is Lord Rio. The other person says that it's another carefree day. And also, sitting at the table, because I did not recruit her originally, is Anita.
Oh.
I did not get her in Muse. I did not do enough of her favors. Where she does, you can go through the exact same routine to get Anita as you did in Muse by filling up her drink and doing all of the tasks that she asked. I did not recruit her that way. I'm going to recruit her an alternate way later for a special scene. So
Look forward to that for a difference and a divergence in playthroughs.
let's go back to Radat Town.
Noise, water under the bridge. I get back to Simone.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, theme of narcissism again plays. They ask what I want with them and we get a choice. Dots or you mean this?
Yeah.
I say you mean this and present the brooch. Simone freaks out. What's that? Kid, where'd you get that? Do you think you could give that to me? Gold. No, it's not something I can buy with gold. If there's anything I can do for you, tell me and I'll do it. We get some choices.
Mm-hmm.
Run around and bark like a dog. I want gold. Or join my group.
You can lock yourself out of him if you choose the wrong one.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I have to ask about recruit quality here.
Yeah.
What do you think Simone brings to the war effort as a star of destiny?
Tyr McDowell before us had a stable of narcissists, and we have 0 narcissists, so we need to at least get one, right?
I think Ridley's kind of a narcissist.
Well, Ridley kind of is.
Not like this.
But he doesn't have the theme of narcissism
Right,
again.
that's true.
So,
Simone is into it. Of course, I'd be happy to call you my friend. Of course I'll do it. Simone will do anything to pay you back. Take me with you. Simone, join the group. And Simone's back is turned in battle. I used him smelling a rose the entire time.
oh, that's amazing. Like
Yeah.
Don Flamenco.
Yes,
Sort of.
a little bit.
Would you like to hear about
Tell
Simone?
me all about Simone Male.
Simone Verdrici. We actually read about him in one of the old books. He is...
Hold on, this guy is in an old book?
Yeah, he was in the list of scoundrels.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Recent old book.
Yes, a recent old book. He is the Chikai star, the star of Gathering,
Gathering.
of course. In combat, he has a weapon. It's called the Throwing Roses. The names of these weapons is the Prelude, the Intermezzo, What does that mean?
Why are you asking me that? Why
It's
would
like
I know that?
It's a term, though. It means something.
Oh, yeah.
Fake net. What's intermezzo mean? And somebody will know this.
Initializing fake net.
It's either a short connecting instrumental movement in an opera or other musical work, or a light dramatic, musical, or other performance inserted between the acts of a play. You culturally deficient shitheads.
And the last version is called the Rhapsody. Rhapsody, excuse me. Rhapsody. He can participate in the narcissist attack. So, I won't tell you.
Multiple narcissists.
Yeah, so be ready. Investigation, secret number 1, age 32. He's from Gregminster.
32 is too old to be doing this shit.
It really is. This shit is very... Yes, he's doing it. Note, former Scarlet Moon Empire nobleman. Secret number 2, he used to be a member of the Scarlet Moon Empire nobility, but now he prefers to travel. A real classy guy.
So poor.
Yes. Secret number 3, where the hell did he buy those clothes anyway? Even I, Richmond, couldn't figure it out. Suggestion box, my dearest friend, you must be tired from war, no? But please fear not, I am ever at your side. Next one. Please come visit me anytime if you need someone to talk to. I can't take away your pain, but I can help ease it a bit. Your good friend, Simone.
Well, that's nice. It's nicer than I expected.
Nice. Next one. I shall always remember the day you brought me the rose brooch. Like a true rose, my friendship with you bloomed on that day.
A kiss from a rose, Chris.
Yes. Seal. Cook-off introduction. He says that to stay in shape as well as to keep his sense of justice, he only eats vegetables. It's Simone Verici.
Do you think it's possible to go to a Seal concert and he doesn't play Kiss from a Rose? And would you feel like you wasted your money if that happened?
I mean, is there a Seal fandom out there?
Gotta be. He is British, right? So I imagine a lot of it's over there.
I think you gotta play it unless it's been previously advertised. But yeah, I think
I think with Seal's level of fandom, I think you need Kiss from a Rose to open and close the show.
It's
plays it twice.
You're probably right. Kiss in the Rose V2. Well, that's all I've got for our good old Simone.
Chris, let's head to the appraisal shop.
Yeah.
I speak to Lebrante, that bald guy with a winking eye and an exceptional Dracula-style pop collar.
Yeah?
Yes, I want something appraised, and I tell Lebrante that I want his strength. I'm like, oh shit. My strength, you say? What does that mean? Excellent question. Fade to black. It comes back and Lebrante says, my oh my, the leader of the Fake Nuts army is my customer. I can judge antiques, but I'm not so good at judging people. Isn't that something? War is a tragic thing. It makes men into beasts. Many irreplaceable antiques have been destroyed in the fire of war. That is no less a tragedy, I understand. I'll help you, but I have just one condition. There is a certain antique that I want you to find for me. I want to see whether or not you are really the great hero I think you are, okay? What's he ask for?
A celadon vase.
Buddy, I just won 4 of those climbing ropes at my base.
Cool.
Versus clones of me. And I kind of do enjoy that we need an appraiser because, like, any kind of castle, especially one that's as repurposed as ours, needs like an interior decorator to make it seem intimidating and homely.
Yes.
So I actually buy that we need one of these guys here.
Yes, absolutely.
He's unaware that I have 4 of these in my person right now. I presented to Lebrante, and he lends me his services as promised.
Lebrante joins?
Yes. Tell me all about Lebrante.
He is the Chisei star. Eric, trivia question. Do you remember the appraiser's name from the first game?
Jim.
Jabba. Remember that guy?
I was close.
Yeah. He's the Chisei star, the guileless star. He will open up an antique identifying shop in your castle.
Merchant's Row over off on the right.
Mm-hmm. Secret number 1, he's age... I don't know if I agree with this. 40.
Oh, that's way older than me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
He's from Zexon, which we've talked about before.
Zaxxon, great Sega game.
Yeah. Secret number 2, he's an old prickly bastard. But once he gets a couple of drinks of sake, he'll sing your ear off. What a racket. Secret number 3, he shaves that head of his because he can't stand the idea of hair falling into his antiques. Now, that's actually pretty funny secret.
Yeah.
That's a funny secret.
It's pretty good.
I like that. That's like his, his weird quirk. Secret number 4, what the hell does he collect all those celadon urns for anyway? Good
wealth.
question. That's what I paid you to figure out.
Display of wealth and power.
Richmond. Suggestion box. Thanks to the celadon urn you gave me, I now have 100 vases and my collection is complete. Thank you. Cook-off introduction. As an appraiser, we can be sure of a sound judgment on his part. It's Lebrante.
He says he's going to close up his shop so he can go to my castle. Chris, is that true? When will we stop robbing small communities of their opportunities for commerce?
When the war's over, Eric, we'll send them back.
We'll send them back. They stop being Star of Destiny and they can go back to their...
Yeah. It's like when they in World War II when they had to start hiring women for the assembly line or for the factories because they were getting all the men killed in the war.
Cool.
That's what happened.
Yes.
It's war.
Steel conservation.
War never changes is what I'm trying to say.
We actually walk outside and my dude says he won't be able to travel with us. Then he walks to the castle.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I hope you don't get killed by a flying squirrel on the way.
I know it's not, but I know in a lot of Bethesda RPGs, when people say they're doing that, they actually do walk across the entire world to get to a place.
Yeah.
And you can, I want to see that out in the world.
Yeah.
I go drop all the seedlings and Simone back off at HQ, then I set my sails back for Banner Village.
Yeah.
Get back in there, Distant Skies plays for a second, but I've got a destination, Chris.
Yeah, we're going to Banner Pass.
It's Forest Path, Birds Chirp.
Yeah, this game is slipping with its dungeons here lately, Eric. We've been going through forest a lot.
Whole lot of forest.
That's all we're doing. We remember how hard they tried on that Sindar Ruin Alex backyard dungeon.
I mean, honestly, if they're going to paint the Sindar as this mystical, lost race thing,
it does stand
to have
out.
the one complicated dungeon that is actually, I don't think it was intended to be that way, but it does add to the mystique and legend of
Yeah. So we're here in the forest, and what happens, Eric, when we get into a battle?
The music changes to confrontation with monsters again.
Yes, it's here. It's the battle theme from the first game is here for us, the players of Suikoden 1.
Is it remixed or
It's not the same. Yeah, it's remixed, but it's beautiful. It's a really neat little wink.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, all right, cool, awesome.
Yeah. I've got 3 different types of encounters here. I've got Rin, Ran, 10.
That's all one encounter.
Yeah, they're like Tyr McDall staff wielding ladies.
Warrior fighting lady squad, different hair but appear to be wearing palette swap clothes, all fighting with bow staffs. They have a group attack.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, Chris, is it fucked that there's more than one of each of these? We can get in multiple battles with these named characters?
Are we just fighting them over and over again?
I'm wondering, are we fighting clones? Are we fighting them over and over again? Are they sentient? Are they a feral? What is, these aren't monsters, these are fucking people.
I think they're bandits.
Okay, so bandits. Lady bandits.
Lady bandits.
Lady bandits.
Okay. and
Well-dressed
we're just
lady
smacking them.
bandits.
Clive is shooting them.
Yes. Also samurai are bandits too, because they're here too.
Rin can drop a barrier rune. 10 can drop ninja suits.
Oh. That's why I had 2 ninja suits in my inventory.
That is. What else should you fight out here?
Samurai.
As the name implies, red gear, big sword.
Yeah, they are pretty strong. Also, tiger.
It's a tiger.
Tiger uppercut.
Yeah, a tiger is a tiger.
It drops window set number 1.
Oh, cool. Can't wait to give that to somebody.
Eventually, I find a ladder that's going up the side of a cliff. At the top is a stone of luck and it's right in the treasure chest.
Yeah.
Chris, I ask you, who's doing this?
What, putting the stone of luck?
In a treasure chest on a cliff. Is this like a geocache thing that we just stumbled upon?
Sickos.
Sickos. Great.
Yeah, I also found a poison rune out here somewhere.
Okay.
And a silver shield, which was useful because I think Free can use shields.
I find this town. It's called Rokkaku Hamlet.
Yes. Remember what Rokkaku is, Eric?
Cited at the end of Suikoden 1 about some ninja's failure to act.
Yeah. Remember when Hanzo, the leader of Rokkaku?
Hanzo, yeah.
Yeah, it's where Kasumi and all of the ninja friends that we met are from.
Ninja Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't gone here at all yet, and I still haven't gone here in my game because I don't have early access to it like you will later.
Shit, dude. Sasuke, a portrait ninja, says a spy. Then it fades to white. Comes back up, and we're in a small room with 3 people. Music, The Secret Village of the Ninja plays.
Ooh.
Hanzo, who has no portrait, says, do you expect me to believe you just accidentally stumbled across a town as well hidden as Rokkaku?
Which you did.
Yeah, I just walked in.
Yeah.
Well, on closer inspection, you're just a harmless kid. Sasuke, Mondo, escort him back to the road. Mondo, also with the portrait and very serious eyebrows, replies, yes, sir. Fade to white with a ninja special teleport sound effect.
Cool.
And we're back out in the forest. And if you go inside, this same shit will keep happening while they'll keep kicking you out.
Really? Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, so.
So I continue on that path, and then there's a very strange sound effect that sounds like an Insecticon throwing up.
That's accurate.
Then it rolls in. What do we got?
It's a worm.
Worm.
Giant worm.
It's more of a caterpillar.
Yeah, that's what I have a large caterpillar because the sprite on the overworld looks more like a caterpillar than we go into the sequence and it just says worm.
Worm. It's a bunch of segments that appear to be individual sprites and they're doing the wave.
Yes. He's pretty menacing though. But this boss was easy as hell.
Yeah, he just jumps and lands on people. I've got stuff to fight this with.
I kept getting in knockdowns on him, like where he would miss his turn. So I don't think I took any damage.
Nice. He does shoot lightning out of his tail, which all the worms I found out in the wild do not do that.
True.
And then there's still more forest. I'm like, shit, I thought that like this was the boss. This was the end. Eventually we make it to a wooden gate, and I know the guy out front, but we can't know him collectively until next week.
Oh, I apologize to everybody out there who's sitting on the edge of their seat.
It's Varkas.
It's Varkas.
Also, the RealNet's here.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, RealNet. Let's see what you had to say tonight. Okay, everybody thinks that the boiling water thing is true because of atmospheric pressure. That's the science. Thanks,
Atmospheric pressure.
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
Use a barometer to measure that, right?
Yeah.
I boil water every day, Chris. That could really affect my life.
Naked Credit Guy, which is a great name, says, I can't say Naked Credit Guy out loud without laughing. When I play Suikoden 2, every time I acquired a squirrel, all I could hear was the squirrel scream from National Lampoon Christmas Vacation when they find the squirrel in the tree.
I watched that over Christmas. Fantastic film.
Where's Eddie? He usually eats these goddamn things.
Like, I know Chevy Chase is an asshole, but I really thought those movies were really funny.
Yeah, they're all very well made movies. They're movies that were made without the comedy checklist.
Right.
Somebody was just like, let's make a funny movie.
Yeah. I like Fletch too. 80s Chevy Chase. I like it.
Yeah, he's an asshole though.
Oh yeah, terrible guy.
Psycho Paladin Jr. says one of the most organic Xenogears references there with Tears of the Stars exchanges. Bravo.
I tried to work it in. If you could tell, I like massaged it a bit more.
Kurogane says, they say all armies are created equal, but you look at Fake Nuts Army and you look at the Highland Army and you can see the statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another general, you get a 50-50 chance of winning, but Muku Muku is a genetic freak and he's not normal.
Genetically superior, bro.
Cannot argue with that. Psycho Paladin Jr. says Lebrante being president in Suikoden 2 was the second most harrowing mindfuck to find out in observing that Laguna was president in Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes, I would. Yeah. Laguna's way worse.
Yes.
Like orders of magnitude worse, but Lebrante is puzzling. Like, had you for some reason asked me who I think which one of these motherfuckers is president in Suikoden 2, I think I would have got to Lebrante.
Yeah. I mean, when you go, because he was, he was rich.
Yes. He had his own wing at the tower. It's basically foreshadowed.
People are saying that the Badlands are just states they don't like Texas and Florida. 7-8 says, I still don't understand why he is freed. Why?
I crave to know why the Y is in freed Y.
We talked about in this podcast. Don't worry. His last name is Yamamoto.
I know, but a lot of people have last names.
Oh, why'd they put that in there?
Why is there a Y in his goddamn name?
Why?
Like, I understand why, but no one else is doing this.
Cal L quotes one of us and says, you can't live in the past forever. Popular retro video game podcast Retrograde Amnesia says otherwise.
This is just a dalliance.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the sexual connotations.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Psycho Paladin Jr. points out that Sheena, unfortunately, is a very good character. Very powerful.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I have ethics about who I let in my active party.
Yeah.
Can't be photographed next to a pervert.
Then why do you have children in your party?
They're good at fighting.
Okay.
Pure utility, Chris.
Apparently, Mr. Slyke is part of the Kiss fandom. I prefer
the Gene Simmons Kiss.
Huh?
What?
No, I'm sorry. Did I say Kiss?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Seal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good brain mix up there.
I prefer Crazy to Kiss from a Rose.
Crazy is the only other Seal song that I know.
Seal is my dude, says Mr. Slyke.
The fucker said Kiss.
Sorry, my brain is.
I would love to know how you took that neural pathway.
Because I saw him say "Kiss from a Rose" on the screen in my brain. Yeah, that's the actual neural pathway. That's why I fuck up my reading all the time. Mr. Slyke also says that it took him 3 hours to intentionally find Rokkaku, the hidden village.
Wow.
I didn't accidentally find it either. I kind of have imprinted into my brain the path through Banner Pass because you have to do it a lot.
Yes. Because you cannot warp to Greg Minster.
Yeah, and I knew that you couldn't do anything there yet. So and that's all I've got for the RealNet tonight. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on February 9th, 2023. You can find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. Email the podcast at retrogradeamnesia.com. No, podcast at retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/RetroAM. You can get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, access to the RealNet. You can even thank Mark
Shepard.
Personally. Thanks, Mark.
Shepard.
No, Mark didn't do the intro music this time.
Thanks, Hudson Soft.
Bomberman.
Yoko Shimomura, probably.
Initializing fake net.
Thanks, Jun Chikuma.
Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will live the past game in the present, future tense.
Yes, and now you may go back to Greg. Minister.
Fucking anyway, so Crisis Core, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I finished Crisis Core, and my memories of that in 2008 on the PSP is it like at that time I was hungry for anything from the Final Fantasy VII universe. Like if I think about it for a day, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite RPG. If I think about it for 2 days, it's my favorite game of all time. Right? Like I really liked that game. And at that time, after Advent Children, which I loved at the time, I could have done any more Final Fantasy VII. Get me back in that universe.
Yeah.
And I played Crisis Core in 2008 on PSP. It seems so huge and big and expansive. And oh, wow, Midgar's fleshed out. I get to go to Modenheim. It's another snow village. There's all these places to go to expand the fiction.
There's all these Niflheims.
Yeah, all these Niflheims, sure. And there's 300 missions. And man, I cried holding my PSP at the end of that game when Zach finally bought it because you know it's going to happen, but it still affects you emotionally anyway.
Yeah.
And then season 3, we were like Final Fantasy, 6, 7, or 8 for this podcast?
Yes.
And I was like, oh man, if 7 wins, we can do Crisis Core as a bonus. And that game's great, and no one knows about it because it's hard to play.
Yeah.
And I played Reunion on PS5, and I'm like, this sucks.
The game sucks.
Zach has the worst dialogue written for him of any protagonist of any localization era of JRPGs. And I get he's supposed to be like a fun, bubbly guy who's like disillusioned with Soldier and then like gives his life for it anyway, whatever. But like Sephiroth is just a guy. Genesis, the new big bad, quotes a play the entire time, which is hilarious. I actually like him. But it's just like terrible dialogue, little slivers of little PSP-sized open world sections of Midgar. 2 environments for the snow level. There's a hot springs. Like, it's a very small game that if you don't do any side missions, you can button through in like 35 minutes.
Wow.
And the combat's fine, but like what I thought this game was and what it is now, I was like, this sucks.
Oh.
They should have, you know how like when you see someone who's really ugly on TV, you're like, they shouldn't put that fucking person on TV.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, of course, agree with me. Thank you.
I guess so.
You have those thoughts all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, they shouldn't have brought this. They should have left this on PSP. This should not have created wider access. This is hurting the brand.
They should have let it to die. Left it to die.
Yes.
Or kept it on Switch or something.
No, PSP.
Just leave it on PSP.
Leave it on UMD. It was never even available digitally. Leave that thing on UMD or to piracy.
Huh.
Like Crisis Core is I'm like, why did I invest that much time in Crisis Core? It is upsetting.
He says their first president was a man named LaPont, although I heard it was...
Is a man, present tense.
Oh. I don't... Well, yeah, fuck it. Cut it. Yeah, go ahead.
Freed Y.
He says that to stay in shape... What? Okay, this is a weird sentence, but I'm going to have to do it very closely, very, very carefully. Like when we talked about that Weird Al concert I went to, he advertised the fact that he was only doing original songs.
Right. And there's a lot of people like me who fully believe that those are his best songs.
Yes, they absolutely are. And he did do some of his parodies in the encore, but Zaxxon is really that's the isometric playing game.
Shooter playing game.
I played a lot of that at the Pinball Museum in Asheville, North Carolina.
Nice.
And I suck at that game. I'm terrible at it.
Yes, it's very hard.
I can never properly judge.
Perspective's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Viewpoint did it better.
But I love the way it looks. Yeah. And I love playing it. The
isometric vertical horizontal shooter is a rare one, but it's like that one, Viewpoint, and I don't know, probably some others.
Yeah, it's fun to play, especially when you're not putting quarters in. It's like free play, you know? So.
Yeah, we'll play it on my 32X next time you come over.
Well, you always charge me to play on your 32X, though.
How dare you disturb me to watch a travelogue, Soundwave?
Charade, charade. Lizard man, lizard man. Assassin, assassin. Berserker, berserker. Link, link. Heihachi, heihachi. Spawn, spawn. Namco.
Playtime's over!